Welcome to round one of the brand new season here in Global Spec Racing. We are here for Tier 1 here at Bahrain. Today, it is just me, GSRTHRASHER, as I will not have a co-commentator. But this is a brand new season, obviously, like I just said, and new drivers have, became Tier 1 drivers. Such names as Rob Dog, making his debut. We have Stream Viper making his debut. Rev Caterpillar making his debut. Abe is here. XPG. Those guys making their debuts. And some guys making their returns. Man, we are on board with right now Jab, your previous Tier 1 champion. Last season. He's back. We have Turner back. We have Brute Gorgon back. FRT Gorgon back. FRT Heaven, who sets the fastest lap. We have Akos back. We have FH back, obviously. We have Rossi back. And then Black Thrall, who was in Tier 2 last year, along with Cameron, have been brought up from Tier 2 to Tier 1. So I think this is set to be a great tier this season, as Caterpillar already with an amazing 26.3, amazing banker lap. As let's watch Jab here, last year's Tier 1 champion on the mediums. Going into turn 1, beautiful. Don't want to hit that curb, it'll send you spinning. As FH goes pole by less than a tenth. But now Jab here into turn 3. Nicely done there, a little bit wide. 28.0 in sector 1. Pretty decent S's. Now here into turn 9 and turn 10. Once you get the greatest traction you can, he gets pretty good traction. XPG is out of the way. Now down the back straight into probably one of the trickiest parts of the track. Into the long carousel. Purple sector 2, a 105.4 on the mediums. Looks like a pretty good lap here from last season's Tier 1 champion. Now into the final corner. Well done. Rides a little bit of that curve. Jab to the line. Goes P6 on the mediums. With a 126.9. Let's see, who else we got on a lap? Nope, Stream Viper. Let's see. FH, I'm pretty sure nope. Is Cameron on I don't think so. Actually, yeah, Cameron's on a lap. Jab, obviously not. It's Brute Gorgon, nope, he's pitting. And then Viper. So no one yet on a lap. Everyone completing their first runs. We have one driver. Currently 3 now, but the first driver on an out lap is Black Thrall in the Alfa Romeo. Was in Tier 2 last season. While the drivers set their laps, we're going to go over their Tier 1 team chart for this season. So, in the Mercedes, you have FRT FH, 444, and FRT Akos. In the Red Bull, you have Rev Caterpillar and QBR20 Term. In the McLaren, you have last season's Tier 1 champion, Jaboli MSU, and W. Turner. In Aston Martin, you have BRT Kai, and you have Cameron W120. In the Alpine, you have Abe is here, and FRT Venom once he makes his return. In the Ferrari, you have Wolfcook and Lewis Such. In the AlphaTauri, you have Brute Gorgon, and you have VII. In the Alfa Romeo, you have Blackrock, who we are currently on board with into turn 10, and FGE Alex. In Haas, you have Rob Dog, the top dog, and XPG. And in the Williams, you have AEM Porky and TTM Rossi. So now, Black Raw, a 1:04.8, a pretty good sector 2. This looks like to be a very good lap here from the former Tier 2 driver. Now into the final corner. Where does Black Raw put the Alfa Romeo? On the top of the board, a 1:26.2 for Black Raw. Amazing lap there from the former Tier 2 driver. Let's see who else we got on the lap. Heaven coming across the line to start. The Haasman. We have Akos on a lap. 2 tenths up after sector 1. And almost a second up. Or after just barely a second up. In after sector 2. Yeah, this could be a really good lap here from the Mercedes driver. Where does Akos put his to the top of the board, a 1:26.1, just a little bit over a tenth faster than Raw. Let's see who else we got. No, I believe Heaven's on a lap. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anyone in front of him. We have, I think that's Rossi. I'm going to start a lap. And then you have Stream Viper coming to complete his lap. Stream Viper puts the Williams machine 9th with a 1:26.934. After him, we have the Aston Martin of FRT Heaven. Evan coming to complete his lap, and he goes 7th. Right behind his teammate Cameron on 1:26.642. Let's see, we have, I believe that's Jab starting a lap on the soft compound tires, and behind him, I believe that's Rev, yeah, that is Rev Caterpillar starting a lap. Let's see, we got an AlphaTauri, I think that's Brute Gorgon, it is, he dives into the pits. Mercedes, I think that's no, it's F8 starting a lap. And then behind him, that's an Alpine of Abe is here. We have an Aston Martin, that's Cameron. We have a Haas, I believe that's Rob, yeah, that is Rob Dog. I see the Ferrari. That's Wolfcook starting the lap. Here comes TTM Rossi off the final corner. He's going to dive it into the pits. Then we have the Mercedes. That's Akos. We have an Aston Martin. I believe that's Heaven. Yeah, that's Heaven. We have an Alpine. I believe that's FRT. It is FRT Gorgon. FRT Gorgon puts the Alpine 4th. What a good lap there from FRT. And then Jab steals it by 5 tenths over FRT Akos. Well, this is just a preview to come if you're new to the league. Jab was a dominant driver last season, and he looks to start it off the same way he ended last season. FH goes second. Not quite pole, but just less than a tenth behind Jab. So that's a very good lap from FH. I think these two, Jab and FH, we're going to see. I think this is going to come to the battle for the championship this season. I think it's going to be Jab and FH. And then we could see like a surprise late black draw, the former Tier 2 driver, or, you know, maybe Cameron or Akos. I think this is going to be the best tier, you know, driving wise, obviously, and you know, making their racing more interesting. Let's see, we got anyone on a lap? Abe is here, I believe, is on a lap. Actually, I think he's down. We'll go around on that lap. Wolf Cook is on a lap, I believe. Exit of turn 10. We have 16 drivers, or not drivers, 16 people watching the stream. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And don't go anywhere yet, because you are going to see an amazing race from these drivers around the circuit. Let's see. Rob Dog dives into pits. XPG starts a lap. Here comes Wolf Cook. Only 15th for the Ferrari. So three drivers technically, but Turner is out of qualifying. So Rossi and Turner are the only two drivers to put a lap down. And I believe the only driver, actually we have two drivers on a lap, XPG and Brute Gorgon. So we'll watch XPG here. XPG with a beautiful exit out of turn 10. Hard on the gas. Now into the left-hander, where we saw a couple moves made in Tier 2 earlier today, which was won by Wingo, beat Nick second, and just Dylan Boyd rounding out that podium. So we have XPG now on to the final corner. XPG off the final corner. Where can he put the Haas machine? He will stay 12th. We have Brute Gorgon, who will be the next one to settle out. Brute Gorgon, who looked to be, you know, a favorite last year, and just didn't have the pace. Got unlucky in a couple races, but he looks to bounce back from last season and make this season a way better season, as he puts his AlphaTauri machine 5th place, just barely in front of Black Draw. So now everyone is on their outlaps or just setting their final lap. So let's go. We have the McLaren at Jab. He's going to start his lap. We have the Alpine, I believe it's FRT Gorgon, it is, starting his lap. We have the Aston Martin of FRT Heaven. He's going to start his lap. Behind him, the next driver across the line is Lewis Such, and he's on a lap, and he's actually set the fastest sector 2. Could Lewis Such shock a couple drivers and put himself on pole or close to pole? Here comes the Ferrari off the final corner, and he goes 3rd. What a good lap there from Lewis Such. Haas crosses the line. That was XPG. Stays 13th. After that, we have, I believe, we have Stream Vipers. only goes 11th. Behind him, that's his teammate of Rossi. Let's get the Mercedes. That's F8 starting a lap. The Alfa Romeo of Black Raw starting a lap. Behind him, that's the Red Bull of Caterpillar to start a lap. The Haas of Rob Dog to start a lap. The Mercedes of Akos after him. And he's alright. We got Cameron starting a lap. Oh, here comes Jab. And goes faster by just under a tenth and a half. Let's see, who do we got next? I believe the next driver we have to settle lap is going to be the Ferrari of... That's the Ferrari of Lewis Such. He's already got his lap down, so the next driver will be... I think it's going to be TTM Rossi. No, it's going to be Stream Viper. Oh, and he spins off of Carousel. So now it's going to be TTM Rossi, the next driver to set on lap. TT Rossi, where can he put the Williams machine? Yet to set a lap. Where does Rossi go? Oh, and he dives into the pits. We got the Ferrari of Wolf Cook. I think he may have that glitch, so he's going to set his lap. Abe is here, goes 14th. Next we have Viper dives into the pits. Here comes the Haas of Rob Dog, followed by Black Raw. Rob Dog goes 11th. Black Raw stays 7th. The Aston Martin of Cameron goes P3 for Cameron. Good lap from the former Tier 2 driver. And I believe that is quality. Nope, we still have Wolf Cook, and he invalidated. So that is going to be qualifying over here. And your last season Tier 1 champion, Jaboli MSU, will start it off just how he ended last season, with a pole position, followed by FH 2nd, Cameron 3rd, Lewis Such 4th, FRT Akos 5th, Brute Gorgon 6th, Black Raw 7th, FRT Gorgon 8th, Rev Caterpillar 9th, FRT Heaven rounds out the top 10. Outside the top 10 we have Rob Dog, Stream Viper, XPG, Abe is here, Wolf Cook, Turner, Rossi, and Turn. This is going to be an exciting race here today. Oh, yeah. Cook's going to dive it down to the pits, and he will retire the car. And we will get this race back. We will get this race going. Alright, so we will go over the grid one more time. Jab, FH, front row. Cameron and Lewis Such, row 2. Row 3, Akos and Brute Gorgon. Row 4, Black Raw, FRT Gorgon. Row 5, Caterpillar, and I couldn't remember who's that. Alright. Brute Gorgon has left the session. He has put in the Tier 1 general chat that an emergency came up and he cannot race. So we hope everything goes good for Brute Gorgon. I believe it's just family arriving is what he puts in the chat. So That is one less driver we will be having for today's race. 17 people now watching. Thank you guys so much for the season opener of Tier 1. We appreciate it. Alright, formation lap is underway. I'll go through some favorites here. Obviously, the number one favorite is pole sitter Jaboli MSU and the McLaren, last season's champion, this season's season opener pole sitter. We will see if he can put that pole into the win. FH, I believe, like I said earlier, these two guys will be the two favorites going into the season. So I expect a good battle from these two. We have Cameron third, outstanding drive, or outstanding qualifying, I should say, from Cameron. Lewis looking to make his debut. Let's see who else. Caterpillar making his debut. Starts P9. Black Brawl P7. Last year, former Tier 2 driver. So we'll see how that turns out. Let's put on everyone's tires. So obviously the top 10 are on softs. Everybody outside the top 10 is on mediums, other than Turner. Turner is on the soft compound tires. So everyone now getting ready to see lights out here in a few moments. We will get Tier 1 underway this season. Alright, here's everyone pulling up to their grid spots. Great season last season for Tier 1. Well, we see an outstanding... This Term hasn't left. Let me invite Term back. Five red lights are upon us, and away we go. A great start there from Jab, and it looks like he's going to clear FH. No, FH is going to fight back. Great start there from FH down into turn 1. And it looks like FH is going to clear Jab. Jab's now side by side with Lewis Such for second. Great start there from FH. Further on back, we have a bunch of scrambles, but we all look like to keep it clean for the most part. Great restart there from FH. Gains a spot. Jab loses a spot. Lewis gains a spot. Cameron drops a spot. Gorgon, FRT Gorgon picked up a couple spots. Alright, so there's the particular pit stop strategies there on the bottom of the screen. But what a great start again from FH. Jab. Right, not letting them get too far away. Battle, that's Wolfcook passing Brute Gorgon. Just a car. Black Raw lost a couple spots on that restart. Oh, we got a car around. That's FRT Gorgon. Had such a great start. And he's going to lose it all. But coming to complete the first lap, it will be led by FH. But Jabs, again, he's right there with him. Battle here for... that's just Abus here passing Brute Gorgons. Ghost. Rossi gets past as well. Old Turner and Black Raw now battling. This is for 8th. It looks like Turner just got to get the spot. Looks like Black thought better of it too early in the race. But Jab is still right there with FH. Everyone now is single file. Stream Viper went off track a little bit. Only one driver to make a pit stop lap 1, and that was XPG. Pretty much DRS train from 1st to 9th once DRS gets enabled here. And look at all these fast laps coming in. Lewis Such with the 120. I believe it was a 129, I couldn't remember. But all you need to know is Lewis Such, the fastest lap so far. And now DRS will be enabled, so now we could see some moves. Speaking of moves, FRT goes way wide, and Turner and Caterpillar are battling. Turner gets a spot. Oh, Heaven's all over the place. He's off the track, but is able to save it, but will lose a couple spots to Turner, Caterpillar, and Black Raw. And Stream Viper has retired. Looks like he spun in the S's, and that's going to bring out the first virtual safety car of the season. Some great racing here for the most part. So far. Alright, so the virtual should get out of here soon. So the driver should get back. Oh, and Black Dwarf's retired. And that's going to bring up the safety car. What happened? He was right there with Turner and Caterpillar, and Heaven. That's crazy. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. So now that virtual safety car has been turned into a full course safety car due to the retirement of Black Raw. So will we see any early pit stops? We've seen a couple of guys pit. Lewis Such pit for mediums. Rossi and FRT Gorgon for hards, and Wolf Cook and Brute Gorgon's Ghosted Car for softs. But will we see any of the leaders pit will be the question. We see FH, yes, FH pits, Jab pit. So Aiko stays out. Rob Dog, Abe is here, and Term Ghosted Car will stay out due to them being on the mediums. But all the soft runners pit. So now it's going to be Lewis may get some of these guys. Oh, is he gonna get Jab? Oh, that's close. I don't know who's gonna get the spot. It looks like Jab will get it. So Jab gets it, but Lewis jumps some of the guys that pits, like FH, like Cameron. So the top 4 get to pit, and from 5th on back, everyone has pitted. So now the safety car is out, as everyone will catch back up to the field. Looks like it was some contact between Black Draw and FRT Heaven underneath the virtual safety car. So that'll be, I assume that'll be looked at by the stewards if Black Draw chooses to submit a clip. So the safety car will go one more time, and then I assume we will go green from there. But ACOS leads under the safety car from Rob Donk, from Abus here, from Tur. Those 4 have yet to pit, and then Jab, Lewis, FH, Cameron, Caterpillar, Turner, Heaven, Gorgon, FRT Gorgon, Wolf Cook, Rossi, and XPG. Wolf Cook is trying to pass FRT Gorgon's AI, and everyone is just getting past brutes. I have no idea. Okay. Alright, so ACOS, the only driver that yet to pit on the softs. The other 3 drivers are on medium tires. So we expect ACOS may be going soft, trying to go soft to mediums, and then the 3 medium runners look to go mediums to softs. Is what I'm guessing, but another safety car or virtual could change that quickly. Alright, so I think the safety car will go this time. Yep, there it is. Safety car is in this lap. So ACOS will lead the rest of the field. When will ACOS go? Had a nice, exciting couple laps of racing before the virtual came out, which then turned into a full course safety car with Viper and Black were all the 2 drivers out of the race so far. So ACOS now warming up his tires. When does ACOS go? ACOS goes now. And Jab. Jab getting past terms. Goes here. But Lewis Such is going to make it 3 wide with the ghost. And Lewis Such shoves Jab off. And then around goes Jab. Last season's Tier 1 champion has gone for a spin after getting pole. Now Lewis Such dives, a huge dive down the inside of the Alpine. And now FH is going to make the move on the Alpine. Now Lewis Such will go to look to run down Rob Dog after the contact with Jab. Oh, and Echo spun from the lead. He did the same thing that Gorgon did on the opening lap. Who goes to the edge? Oh, up towards the front. Cameron's gonna get 3 wide on both Avis here and the Rev Caterpillar. Is it gonna work? Oh, contact all over the place. Now here comes FRT Heaven. Oh, and around goes an SMR. That's Cameron, and Cameron's out. And the virtual is brought out. And it's turned into another full course safety car. Well, it does help Jab, get closer up to the field. So we'll see how that turns out. FRT Evan has left the session. Trying to invite him back. Sent him back. An invite. This Wolf Cook Pits, along with Brugorgon and Jab. It's interesting to see what Jab goes on. Another set of mediums for Jab and a wing change. $18 people now viewing, and seriously, thank you guys for tuning in to the season opener. Currently, 15 drivers remain out of the 18 that we started with. We've lost Cameron, we've lost Blackmaw, and we've lost Stream Viper. This is now the second safety car. This is now the second safety car this race so far, and we're not 10 laps in, so we'll see how we go once we go green, which I assume will be not this time, but next time by. Let's look at some positions gained. So Rob Dong from the beginning of the race has gained 10 spots. Lewis Such has gained 2. FH dropped 1. Caterpillar gained 5. Abe is here gained 9. Heaven gained 4. Turner gained 9. XPG gained 5. Rossi gained 8. Term gained 8. Wolfcook gained 4. Well, now 5 as he passes Term, or tries to pass Term's Ghost. Brugorgon lost 6. He's been in the Ghost. Akos, who spun, has lost 8. And Heaven's now retired from the session. So now Akos has lost 7. Jab has lost 12 after contact with Lewis Such. And FRT Gorgon will drop 6 once he passes 7. DTM Rossi, the first penalty throughout the race, gets a 5-second for contact with Wolfcook. I don't know why Wolfcook is trying to pass Terms Ghost. Just let it be. We'll see if Frosty will eventually want to remove that, as long as it's not served, or as long as we don't get another safety car. Now let's check the tires again. Rob Dog, 9-lap old mediums, you've yet to pit. Lewis Such on 5-lap old medium, FH 4 laps. Caterpillar 4-lap mediums. Abe is here, also 9-lap mediums, yet to pit, along with Terms Ghost. Turner 4-lap old mediums. XPG 7-lap old mediums. Rossi 4-lap old mediums. Cook is on the fresh hards, and he's still trying to pass Terms Ghost, and it's causing a stack up through the back. Rugelgan's Ghost on soft, fresh softs. Akos, Jab, and FRT Gorgon all on pretty much fresh medium tires. So safety car will go in this lap. As of now, Rob Dog will lead the field to the green. We saw Akos go exit the final corner. Rob Dog trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do here. But he's going as early as when he slows down and then speeds back up. And Such called him napping, because here comes Lewis Such. Does he send it down the inside? This is. Oh, and he gets the move. Gets the move done. Caterpillar and Turner and Avis here battling. Let's see. Oh, FH almost looked to dive down the inside of Rob Dog. Akos gets past the two Ghosts, and Jab gets past Terms Ghost, and we'll get past Roots Ghost here right now. Back up towards the front. Lewis Such over a second gap now to Rob Dog. And if I'm FH, I want to get past Rob Dog here as soon as possible to try and get back within that 1 second gap of Lewis. And here it goes. FH is going to go around the outside. Can he make the move work? A little bit of contact there. Oh, a lot of contact there. Almost ends up in both drivers spinning. But they are both able to save it as FH. Oh, and Wolfcook retires. Oh, and he wrecks with. It looks like he wrecked with XPG and Akos. And Akos is now out. I don't know what just happened, but the safety car is out again. This is the third safety car, and we're not halfway. I may have jinxed when I said the cleanest racing. Let's hope that it's all we can regroup here for the final 17 laps. And FH was able to get past Rob Dog before the safety car came out, so that's good for him, as now he'll be on the back of Lewis Such. If you're just tuning in, we are coming to complete lap 12 here under the third safety car of the race so far. Akos, Wolfcook, Kevin, Cameron, Black Rod, Stream Viper, all out of the race. Lewis Such, FH, Rob Dog, Caterpillar, Turner, Abe is here, TTM Rossi, FRT Oregon, and XPG are all in the race, and then you have Brute and Terms, ghosted AIs. So everyone from TTM Rossi on back pits. And Rossi, it's now serving Rossi's 5 second. So Abe is here, goes on the hards. Brute going on the hards. Term goes on the hards. Rossi puts him back. I put Rossi back on 4 lap on mediums, and XPG to the hards. So an amazing, well, not, I wouldn't say amazing, but fun battles here so far. Obviously, some guys have wrecked out. That's more than we want to this point, this way, at this point through the race. But hopefully the rest of the drivers can, you know, get themselves together, and we'll have a exciting last half of the race. As now, like I said, we are under the 3rd safety car, lap 13 out of 29 here. Lewis Such 9 leads. So we will go one more time as we wait for XPG catch up. So we will go one more time. So no penalties now as Rossi's 5 second was served. Let's check warnings here. So Lewis has nothing, 0 warnings. FH 0 warnings. Rob Dog has 2. Caterpillar has 4 warnings. Turner 1 warning. Jab 1 warning. FRT Gorgon 2 warnings. Abe is here 2 warnings. Rossi obviously had that 5 second that served, but other than that, no warnings. And XPG has 3 warnings and an invalidated lap time. So that's all the warnings we have so far. Let's open up the chat on my phone here in case anyone has been texting in the chat. Alright, chat is pulled up on my phone, so if anyone wants to say something in the chat, you know, maybe who you want to win, who you want to see win. But like I said, thank you guys who are watching the season opener. And this is not it. This is, we have one more race in the opening round of GSR. We have Tier 4 tomorrow, which you will see me in Tier 4 tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Britain Standard Time. So safety car will be in this time. Lewis will lead them. FH second. Let's hope not to see any more safety cars, and Lewis is gone. FH not letting him get too far away. Everyone clean. Old Caterpillar sends it on the inside of Rob, but Rob Dog is able to hold on the spot for now. Here comes Jab on the outside of Turner. Teammates battling for 5th. And around the outside, Jab will get it. Now, the leaders, the top 2, have almost pulled, actually has now pulled over a second over Rob Dog, who seems to be holding up the rest of the field. Jab and Caterpillar now battling. Old Caterpillar sends it and locks up. Jab is unable to get the spot. If I'm Caterpillar or Jab, you have to get past Rob Dog here pretty quickly. Maybe on the straight or into turn 1. If you can get a good run, or wait till DRS is enabled. But at that point, the top 2 may be too far gone. Speaking of the top 2, just under 3/10 separate the 2. Ooh, a little squirrel there from FH. Now, Lewis on 71%, FH 84%. So FH has a little bit more, battery to work with here than Such does. Rev Caterpillar and Rob Dog side by side. Oh, a lot of contact, but Caterpillar gets the move done. And now Jab's going to send it up the inside of Caterpillar. Oh, a lot of contact. Rob Dog holding up the rest of the field here. Lewis Such has pulled a few tenths on FH, but FH still within that 1 second gap for DRS when it gets abled. And Avis here picks up the first track limits time penalty. And DRS is now enabled. Caterpillar dumping all of the overtake to make a move on Caterpillar. The Caterpillar's going to stab it back down the inside. Oh, contact. Oh, but then Jab with the beautiful overtake to get past both of them. And Gorgon splits both of them as well. And now Turner's going to get past both of them as well. So Rob Dog and Caterpillar, who goes from 3rd and 4th, is now 6th and 7th. And Rob Dog gets a 3-second time penalty out of it. That now moves Jab up to 3rd place, but look at the gap between the top 2 and Jab. 3.5 between FH and Jab. So that tells you how much that Rob Dog was holding up the rest of these guys. Let's see, we got Rossi looking to try and make a move on Caterpillar here. Caterpillar got a better exit out of the corner than Rossi did. Let's see what other battles we got. It's Shamanch FH here with DRS. We'll look to make a move because we'll go around the outside of Lewis here. Oh, a little bit of contact there. And Lewis Such will hold on to the spot. Rossi picks up a 3-second time penalty. Jam now trying to reel in the top 2. FH now. We'll get the DRS here, but Lewis got the better exit out of turn 10. Now Lewis Such will hold on to the lead, but FH will look to get it here on the front straight. Oh, we got a yellow flag. That's Rob Dog. Oh, and FH almost loses it out of the final corner, but is able to save it. Turner says the fastest lap, and FH thinks better of it to not dive down the inside. Caterpillar and Rossi now side by side. Rossi will get the move done. FH trying to do everything he can to try and get around Lewis, but Lewis has defended pretty well against FH so far. And Caterpillar picks up a 3-second time penalty. And that's now 5 drivers actually with a 3-second time penalty. Rob Dog, who hadn't pitted but spun, pits for the soft compound tires. As we are closing in 10 laps. Alright, well, FH able to get the move done this time. He does not almost lose it out of the final corner, so I think we'll have a much better shot. Here he goes. Oh, but looks like he's not gonna get the move done. Oh, but he's gonna go around try to go around the outside. In contact. Oh, we almost saw exactly what happened between Lewis and Jab earlier. Almost happened the same thing with Lewis and FH. And speaking of Jab's closing in on these guys. He's now 2.3 behind FH. Oh, FH looking and then unable. Just gonna try to get the better exit. Tries to get the better exit, but just can't. Oh, look like a little lock up there from FH. And look at Jab closing in on these top two. This will be a 3-car, maybe even a 4-car battle, with Jab bringing FRT up. So now Lewis has the battery, a little bit more battery. Here we go. FH is going to make the move. Oh, and more contact. Lewis doing everything he can to not let FH pass, and Rob Dog wrecks out, and that's another safety car. He wrecked out in the same spot he did a couple laps previous. That now has only 11 drivers, but technically only 9 drivers remaining. And Turner had just pitted for softs before that safety car came out. And the question is, will some of these guys, will the top 8, will they pit for softs? Could we see Lewis or FH, pit for softs and maybe Jab stay out? Or could we see some guys stay out, some guys pit? In my eyes, I think everyone will pit here for the soft compound tires. we'll see how this works. Alright, so we see, wow, so Lewis pits, FH stays out. Jab pits, Oregon pits, Rossi pits, Caterpillar pits, XPG pits, Avis here. Everyone pits but FH. Was that the wrong decision from FH? Alright, so we have 11 drivers, but technically only 9 remaining, including the 2 ghost cars. So Turner, who pitted right before that safety car came out, is going to be 5th here behind Gorgon, Jab, Lewis Such, also on fresh offs, and then FH. As FH did not pit for whatever reason, which was a complete shocker. I thought everyone was going to pit here, and mainly everybody did pit, but FH gains only 1 spot out of that. So that this could be race changing for FH. Alright, so safety car should come in this upcoming lap here as everyone is caught up. Alright, so we should see the safety car in any moment now. So FH on 17 lap on mediums will be the guy to lead the field, to hopefully will be the last restart of the race. And now FH goes. FH goes, and Lewis has pressure from Jab. Jab's going to look to the outside with an amazing restart from Jab. A little bit of, last time these two were in that predicament, we saw Jab spin, but no contact here. FH and Lewis now. Lewis all over the back of FH. Jab is all over the back of Lewis. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh, Lewis and Jab both trying to carefully get around FH here, but Lewis is going to send it down to the inside now. And what a move there from Lewis, such. And he moves back into the lead. Oh, and Jab's going to dive down the inside. What a beautiful move from Jab. That now puts Jab in second and back into contention to win this race. Remember, earlier on in the race, Jab and Lewis Such had contact. Now they are the top two again, battling for the win. FRT Gorgon now gets past FH. Oh, and Turner dives it down the inside as well. As you saw a lock up there from FH. Turner takes advantage. And look, TTM Rossi will look to do the same. Looked like it was a very bad decision there from FH to stay on the mediums. A little bit of contact there from Rossi and FH. Oh, we have a yellow flag. That's, I believe that was Avis here. Jab trying now to set up Lewis to make a move. When can he do it? We're on back now. Rossi down the inside of FRTFH. And that's the move done for Rossi. But now Jab closing in as much as he can on Lewis. This will look to be the battle for the win. Maybe if FRT Gorgon has anything to say about it, along with Turner. These four are all in now a DRS train. But the eyes go up here for the first and second. Jab's the fastest out with a 128.4. And now is all over Lewis. And DRS is now enabled. So now Jab has to be smart on where he wants to attempt to pass Lewis. Jab has about 20% more ERS than Lewis. So Jab's gonna have to use it. What's the word I'm looking for? Cautiously, I should say. Oh, and FH is out. FH is out in the S's, and what was a risky decision for FH now costs him a shot. I mean, technically, I think he'll get points due to Term and Brute's ghost cars, but heartbreaker there for FH. He was up front all race. But now Jab trying to do everything he can into the final corner, as now they'll come to start lap 27 out of 29. Oh, and a little bit a mistake there from Jab in the shifting. That could potentially cost him a shot at passing Lewis this lap. And now this has brought FRT Gorgon and Turner up to the top two. So this is now a 4-car battle for the win. Jab now closing and closing and closing. But when does he make the move? They're going to be coming to 2 laps to go this time by. When is the right time? We've seen good battles in both races so far this weekend. This will shape out to be another one as Jab loses the car a little bit, but it's now 2 laps to go. Will we see a move done from Jab, or is he just too far back? Looks like he's gonna be too far back, but Lewis was ready for it. Oh, can Jab get the better run of the corner? Oh, this is gonna be close. Can he make the move? He's gonna go to the outside. If Jab can complete this move, it's going to be a very great move, but more contact. It's just ever so slightly, and Lewis keeps the win, or sorry, keeps the lead. Jab trying to do everything he can to get around Lewis. And we all know Jab's pace. Jab's, you know, so fast here in GSR, and probably he's definitely faster than Lewis. Just can't find a way to make the move. As they will now come to the final lap, this time by 4 drivers within a second of each other, trying to do everything they can to win the opening race. As we are now on the last lap, white flag is out in the air, and here comes Jab now to the outside of Lewis Such, and Jab's going to complete the move into turn 1. Lewis almost looks to dive it in, but does not have enough room. Now can Jab hold on to the lead? Lewis Such trying to do everything he can to get back to him, but is he's pretty much out of overtake. Now is this where Jab starts to pull away from Lewis. Lewis did everything he could to hold off Jab, but Jab now takes the lead and potentially the win on the final lap of the race. Lewis trying everything he can, just does not have the battery that Jab has. 7/10 is the gap. Now 8/10 at the exit of turn 10. A great corner from Jab. Not so much Lewis. I think unless we see a major mistake from Jab, I think Jab has this race locked in. Now into the final sector for the final time. Jab had one pole, had a huge contact with Lewis earlier on in the race. It spun Jab, sent Jab all the way to the back of the field. But now out of the final corner, your last season Tier 1 champion is now your season opener race winner and steals the fastest lap. Jab will take the win here from the Bahrain Grand Prix, as Lewis will come home second, and FRT Gorgon by just over 3/10 takes third away from Turner. What an amazing ending. A great battle between Jab and Lewis, but at the end of the day, Jab was the one to hold on and make that last surge at the end of the last lap, beginning of the last lap. So now I will invite the podium drivers. We'll see which ones will want to do an interview. See. So let's see. We'll invite Jab. Lewis Such got off. Let's see. Invite FRT Gorgon. And I'll send one just in case to Lewis, but it says last seen 1 minute to go home. So we will wait. Jab has now joined us. Jab, if you don't mind including your audio, if it lets you.
Yeah.
And now FRT Gorgon has joined. Okay, thank you. Alright, so we will not get an interview with Lewis as he has gotten off. So we'll start with third place, FRT Gorgon. You've had a great qualifying for pretty much. You started eighth. Pretty much stayed around the midfield the whole race up towards the front at the end. And you bring it home on the third step of the podium. How do you feel?
Um, it's quite nice, getting a podium for like the first time in about 4 or 5 months because I'm awful. Yeah, I mean I knew I wasn't fast enough to battle what was it, Lewis and Jab at the end because they're just too quick. So I just tried to hold on to the podium and it worked out quite nicely.
Well, we didn't see much of you last season. You were tried everything you could, to race, but couldn't really make the races last season. But now you here and you get a podium, first race of the season. Does this carry any momentum for the rest of the season?
No, because I'm not going to do many races, but because the only reason I race is because Finn said 45 minutes before the race, oh yeah, there's space for you to race. So yeah. I mean, last season I was just ghosting the whole time. Just standard procedure from me, really. But yeah.
Well, even if when we see you, in a couple more races into the season, look to see the same thing as we saw today as a podium drive from you. Thank you so much and great race.
Thank you very much.
And now we go to Jaboli MSU.
Yes, sir.
So, talk me through that race. Obviously, you were on pole, and then you had some contact there with Lewis towards the beginning of the race. You fell back, and you drove yourself back through the field to take the win on the final lap. How in your point of view, how did your race go?
Well, obviously the start was rubbish, obviously. And then a race started in a while, got built off the line. Contact with Lewis, it happens in that corner. Some people cut off, some people leave room, had contact. Got wing damage, but other than that, I don't know why FH stayed out, like that still surprises me. But just made Lewis waste his ERS and then just blew by him on the last lap. Got the fastest lap.
Yeah, as you said, you did pick up the final or the fastest lap. So you got the pole, you got the win, and the fastest lap. So pretty much a sweep from today's race. You carried your momentum from last season, obviously winning the Tier 1 championship last season, and now you win the season opener today. Does this carry more momentum into the rest of the season?
Well, hopefully. Obviously, we got some tracks that I'm probably not gonna be good at, like Abu Dhabi. Japan's questionable, But if I can be consistent there, then, I think I can repeat what happened last year.
Your last season Tier 1 champion and this season opener race winner, Jaboli MSU, thank you and congratulations
Thank you.
on your race win. That's going to do it all for here. I've been GSR Thrasher. Thank you so much for watching. One thing, remember to check out SilentX Energy, who has sponsored us today. Tune in to their website, SilentX Energy. I believe it's SilentXEnergy.com. You can get some energy drinks and you can get some merchandise there as well. So thank you everyone for watching. It's been a great weekend, and it only gets better for Tier 4 tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Britain Standard Time. Thank you everybody for watching and have a great rest of your night.